Alright, good evening, folks. Alright, so we are, for a new game Saturday night, streaming Train Sim World 3 for the first time, which just came out a couple weeks ago. I have played a little bit of it off stream, but this will be our first time streaming it, so that's why we're doing it on New Game Night. So, let's find something for us to do. Alright, Alright, so we do have all the content that finally made it over from Train Sim World 2 from what was the Preserve collection. I've tested some of that and it's working pretty good. I think we're just going to start out with some of the content from the base game. So we have 3 new routes for that, which is Cajon Pass, which is new to me. I believe that was something that was on original Train Simulator. We have one second. What happened there? And before I can actually do anything, we have a crash. Oh, that's not a good sign. So I have been getting some crashes, you know, off stream. Seems like with the last release or two patches that had settled. But this is my first time streaming it, and streaming changes things, so let's see if let's see how we make out tonight. But that is not encouraging so far. Alright, so what was I looking at? I was looking at my profile. Alright, so maybe there's a bug somewhere in this particular UI menu. Let's pick a different sub-menu, I guess. Alright, so the 3 new native lines with this release were, let's see, Cajon Pass, Schnellfahrstrecke Castle to Würzburg, and Southeastern High Speed Line. They revised and extended it, even though we had a version of it on the original release for Train Sim World 2. Alright, so I think we'll start off doing one of those. Let me just take a look at something. Alright, so I still have some mastery challenges for Cajon Pass, Southeastern High Speed Line, and Castle to Würzburg. Looks like I've done some of both. Alright, so I've done all the Tier 1 challenges for Southeastern High-Speed Line. 2 scenarios with difficulty 3 or more. Alright, so we got a couple things we could do for Tier 2. You know, why don't we take a look at that? Kind of jump into that as a warm-up. Or pick a route and... Oh, wait a minute. You know what? It just occurred to me. These are in... Oh, no, they're not. I was thinking these were in alphabetical order, which would be new. Actually, it looks like they kind of are. Oh, sort. We have a sort now. Sort for A to Z or newest to oldest. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Did not know that. Okay. Although, why is the new native content at the bottom? Alright, so that's kind of weird. I don't know about that. Alright, but in any case, we're going to jump into Southeastern High-Speed Line. Fingers crossed, hope we don't have any more crashes. Hang on 1 second. So for the Mastery Challenge, 2 scenarios, difficulty 3 or more, and additional driving of 241 kilometers. Okay. Wow, we've got a lot of scenarios. Alright, so I've done a number of these. I'm pretty sure some of these I got credit for from Train Sim World 2, and they just ported over. Alright, this one is a Class 66 run. This one is a Class 375 run. Oh, okay, in a storm. This one is a Javelin run. Okay, so we got 3 scenarios that qualify for the challenge. Four, actually, no, 3. That one's not high difficulty enough. All right. I think we'll just grab. I'm not big on driving the shed. Plus, this is an hour scenario. I think we'll just grab. Let's try the Morning Storm one. Get to drive the 375. Although this is in storm conditions, so I guess we'll see. See how we make out. As long as we don't get any more crashes. And I think we did. I think we crashed again. Damn it. Oh, no, there we go. It's just hanging for a while. Didn't know why. All right, welcome to Gillingham Depot. Today we'll be driving the early morning service to Dartford. Strong winds and rain all night, so take care, remain vigilant of debris or flooding. Okay. Alright, master key's already on. Alright, so set up our headlights. Are we in the station? No, we're just in the yard. Okay. Alright, headlights are set. Tail lights are set. Destination board is set. Okay. But since I usually run with the safety systems, we'll activate everything. Our DRA is already active. So we'll turn on Vigilance, DSD, and AWS. Alright, DRA works. Destination board is working. It didn't look like it was working at first. It's kind of a weird scroll rate, I guess. Alrighty. Wipers. Alright, release the brakes. Give it some power. Alright, so we're heading for Strood. Do I have to change my own switches? Guess I should have thought of that at first. No, we look okay. Alright, no more switches, at least no more switches that I control. Watch my speed. Speed increased to 60. Frame rate seems a little raggedy. Let's see what we're getting. Barely about 30, 35 frames. I've seen it do better than that, but this is my first time streaming it, so. Might make some changes. after this run. Reduction coming up ahead. Get down to 30. All right, caution ahead. I'm not happy. Actually, maybe it's the rain. Could be the rain effects. All right, double yellow we just passed. We're in a pretty steep downhill grade, so I gotta watch my braking. Reduction ahead to 20. Alright, coming up on our stop. A reduction here to 15. pretty much right on schedule. Alright, decent stop. Set the DRA, open the left side doors. You know what? While we're loading, I'm going to make a small change to my setup. And hello, Blast Pop! Welcome, good evening. How you doing? See if we can do something better. Yeah, I got my screen percentage up to 200. Let's just back it down to 100 and see how we make out. Trying to improve my frame rate a little bit, Blast Pop. It's my first time streaming TSW3. And it's not behaving great. I'm having kind of mediocre frame rate, and I already had a crash. Like, as soon as we started the stream, the game crashed pretty much right away. Blast Pop says I have COVID. Oh, man. Feels like a bad cold. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. But good to see you otherwise. And hello, Neil. Neil TV8, welcome. How you doing? And for some reason, Neil, Twitch thinks it's your first time chatting, but I know you've been here before. But in any case, good to see you. Welcome to you. Blast Pop says good enough to watch trains. Yeah. Yeah, sit back, relax. Blast Pop will take you on a nice chilled ride on the rails while you recover. Alright, release the DRA. Throttle up. Neil says I'm doing good. Good to hear, man. Yeah, I don't know why, for some reason, Twitch just put the thing in chat, first time chatter. I know you've been here before. But that is a new feature that Twitch built in, so I'm not, maybe it's not 100% working. Twitch can be that way. I mostly lurk, yeah. Yeah, I know. I never call out lurkers, but I see people who lurk in, in the viewers list sometime, but I never say anything. But yeah, good to see you as well. And Neil, you play Train Sim World also, right? And do you still stream? I know you used to stream. I used to lurk on some of your streams as well, but that was a long time ago. I don't know if you still stream or not. Alright, so speed limit increase here. Yeah, Blast Pop, hope you feel better anyway. Feel better soon. And Blast Pop, are you the only one in your family who came down with it? Like, how's your wife and son? So far, both are doing okay. That's good. Glad to hear that. Neil says, I do stream this game and doing the scenarios on the older routes since the achievements didn't carry over. Oh, right. The achievements didn't carry over, but yeah, I think the profile progress did. At least mine did. And you returned to streaming since June. Oh, nice. That's good to hear. Yeah, like I said, I remember way back in the day, you know, catching some of your streams, but I hadn't seen you streaming in a while, so I didn't know if you had left or whatever. But, okay, so since you're back, I'll give you a quick shout out. Neil? I mean, I see you around from time to time. I think last time I saw you were on, I think you were at Schnauzer Power's channel hanging out one time. Last I saw you, anyway. Alright, stop coming up. Whoops, I just popped the emergency brake. I didn't mean to do that. Actually, maybe I should. Hello, Nectar! Welcome. I'm doing good, Nectar. How you doing? Except I just screwed up my brake. My braking here. A little panic emergency braking. Alright, let me reset. Blast Pop says, don't see my son quite so much, which is good, so he didn't catch it. Okay. He's 21 now, so he works and gets together with his friends. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of wondering, because I remember he had left school during the pandemic. I didn't know if he went back or was he still working or what. That's good. I'm glad he's doing okay. Alright, so I overshot trying to correct. But at least I didn't spad. Nectar says doing great. Good. I was playing Nightmare Reaper. Oh, okay. I haven't heard of that one. It's a Doom 1 or 2 type game, but even more badass. Oh, okay. Neil says I had been doing tons of YouTube stuff. And I wanted to update my stream stuff in order to return. Cool. Okay. That sounds good. Yeah, you know what? I don't maintain a YouTube channel, but I had thought recently about maybe archiving my Twitch VODs to YouTube. You know, just to have them somewhere, because, you know, on Twitch, they only keep them for a short time. I think, well, in my case, they keep them for 2 months because I'm a Twitch Prime, you know, member. But I think for people who are not partners or Prime affiliates, they'll, you know, they keep for either 2 weeks or 2 months. And I was like, maybe I should be archiving my VOD someplace else. I hadn't thought about it. Or I started thinking about it, rather. Nectar says, the stream's desynced for anyone else. Oh, is it? Nectar? In terms of what? What part is desynced? Is it sound versus video? Thank you for letting me know if it is, because and hello, Jimmy, welcome. You speak first and then the video catches up. Ah, you know what? I can fix that. I have a new setup because I have a new webcam. And, it's got some glitches. Let me see if I can resync it. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, I noticed that when I was having that problem when I was kind of doing pre-stream, you know, offline testing, and yeah, okay, that should work. Hopefully I'm resynced now, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, so let me know. Thanks for the heads up. You know, because it's hard for me to tell because just there's a natural delay in OBS's monitor, so I can't tell looking at my own playback when I'm desynced. I'm good now? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I did a lot of, you know, even when I was on my stream break, I was doing stream improvements and whatnot. I technically have a new webcam. I basically was trying to upgrade to a full 1080p webcam to match my Twitch presentation because I stream in 1080p, and my old webcam only did 720. So it worked okay, but it kind of always bugged me that the two were out of sync. So I upgraded to a newer webcam, but it comes with its own set of headaches. And I'm kind of regretting that I upgraded, but yeah, what you saw is one of the bugs that I kind of found with it. But thank you again for the heads up. How you doing tonight, Jimmy? Let's see what else. Yeah, so Neil was saying, okay, so you're working on your YouTube channel? Yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that myself. You know, because I mean, I have a YouTube channel, but I've never put content on it. You know, something I've been thinking about in the back of my mind. Because I've got nearly 4 years worth of content. And once it's off of Twitch, you know, Twitch holds it for 2 months, but after that, it kind of disappears forever. So I don't know, maybe I'll start archiving my stuff to YouTube. I don't know. Don't know if it's worth it, but I've been thinking about it. Jimmy says, doing good, Kojo, just vibing. Nice. No Jimmy weekend streams, though, huh? Jimmy work weekend, I guess. I'd like YouTube, Kojo. Alright, reduction ahead to 50. Pay attention. Alright, we're coming up on a stop anyway. I should be braking. Alright, blame chat as always. Distracting me. Kappa. Jimmy says, I'm getting mine set up right now. Cool. I just keep seeing so many people I like online. Oh, okay. Wait, you're setting up your stream right now? Or your YouTube, you mean? But either way, sounds good. Yes, your stream. Okay, so you are going live tonight. Cool. So, Jimmy, what are you getting into tonight? All right, a little bit of uphill grade here as we approach the station, but I am still overspeeding. My bad. Alright. So still kind of keeping decent time. And hey, Alex. Good evening. How you doing? Jimmy says we're streaming Luigi's Mansion. Oh, that sounds like fun. Thank you for the shout out. You're welcome. Yeah, maybe we get to raid you tonight, Jimmy. It's been a while. How you doing, Alex? Let's see, what does that say? The storm appears to be getting worse, and there's been reports of a minor trackside flooding down the line. Watch your speed. Remain vigilant of unreported debris. Gotcha. Alex says, did you get the new 66? No. Is that the one that came with that new DLC pack? I forget what it's called, but the last one that was just released? The one that has that and the... has like 2 other locomotives with it, I guess. It is? Okay. No, I didn't pick that one up. How about you? Or you can just buy it on its own, I think. Yeah. You didn't get it yet either? Okay. Neil says that is the railhead treatment train. Oh, okay. All right, increase to 70 here. Actually, you know what? Well, I'm thinking about it. Since I changed the screen percentage, let me see if a frame rate's any better. No, still pretty mediocre. How about you, Neil? Did you pick up that pack, that DLC? Yeah, my frame rate is still kind of crap. Yeah, I did, like I said, I didn't make a lot of changes to my setup during my break, you know, kind of last month or so. And it might be that, you know, because I've changed a lot of things. I changed my bit rate and a couple other things with my setup. But this is my first time streaming this particular game. Neil says I did. So you picked that one up. How you like it? I saw Schnauzer Powers did a review of it. I didn't get a chance to actually watch it yet. I think he did a review on YouTube. I'm not sure. I know he did a review on Steam, and he did not recommend it. He didn't care for it. Or, I think he likes parts of it, but I think he didn't think it was a good value. From what I did, you know, what I skimmed that he read. But I don't know that much about it. And wait a minute. Donna! Donna with a tier 1 sub. Thank you, Donna. Oh my goodness. It's Merry Christmas to me, Donna. That's the first time you've subbed. I believe. First time Donna's done a tier 1.
Is it professional to publicly bash someone who's going through a hard time? Leave Brittany alone!
Thank you, Donna, and welcome. How you doing? Of course, I understand Donna has a very special Christmas gift due for me this year. So I've heard through the grapevine anyway. Maybe that was it. Donna says, I got a new job a couple months ago. Yeah, I remember you told me you started at a new place. And things will be different. Nice. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. And I remember it, at least last time we chatted about it, you had somewhat mixed feelings about the new job, especially compared to your old one. Now that you've been there a little bit longer, how you making out now? Hopefully well. Alex says, what do you think of this game? I think so far so good, Alex. This is my first time streaming it, and I'm seeing some issues with streaming it. But when I was playing with it, off stream, it was okay. I was personally getting a lot of crashes off stream, even though they seem to have been somewhat stabilized with the last couple patches. But as soon as we started this tonight, it crashed pretty much right away. So that's a little discouraging. But, it's only been out, what, a handful of weeks now? About 3 weeks or so? Something like that. 3 or 4 weeks maybe? I'm not sure. So, hopefully things stabilize. That's the point, I guess. Donna says, yeah, new job doesn't let me game all day. For some reason, they want me to do work. Yeah, Donna. Now, Donna, you got to be at work and stuff like I started to say the rest of us, but like most people. That's good though. I mean, I guess on balance, you wouldn't have made the jump if it wasn't an improvement, right? So that's good. More money, I'm sure, at least, right? All right, we're starting to fall a little bit behind schedule. What about you, Alex? What do you think of the game so far? Alex says, I like the thunder and lightning. Yeah, me too. I thought that was pretty cool. I like most of the weather-related, changes that they made. Including like, the changes to the skybox and whatnot. I think the improvements to, the weather and just the way the sky looks in general are much better. My only complaint still stands, I had the same complaint before it actually came out. I wasn't happy with the price increase, at least on PC. Because, for you guys who've played Train Sim World for a while, well, I had to look up what I paid for Train Sim World, originally Train Sim World 1, but I think I caught it on sale for like just under $20. And then when Train Sim World 2 came out, that was, US dollars I'm talking about. Train Sim World 2 came out, that was a $30 game on Steam, anyway, for PC. Console is completely different. And now Train Sim World 3 is a $50 game. So I was a little unhappy with the increase in price. I mean, it's a different deal, as I've said before. To me, Train Sim World is a $30 game versus Train Sim World is a $50 game. So if Train Sim World 4 comes out and it's a $60 or $70 game, I might be out. I think... I'm not sure I see the value in that, but we'll see. But, in terms of the content that they actually delivered, I think it's okay. So far, anyway. I still got a lot of miles to put in on, quite a few of the locomotives. I will say they did a better job in getting the Preserved Collection ported over early. Because you guys who went to Train Sim World 2 last time around probably remember how the game itself came out, and I'm overshooting again. but it took us, you know, a couple months before all the preserved collection got ported over. Alright, it's a little short that time. And so at least with this one, when it came out, we got all our, you know, preserved collection content, I guess, pretty much on day one, at least on PC. I understand on, and I think on Xbox too. I think on PlayStation, they still had a staggered release of, you know, preserved collection content. Donna says, I did a $900 upgrade on my PC and zeroed all my credit cards, so new job is cool. Nice, Donna. That's cool. Alright, so there's a small piece of debris blocking the track ahead. The controller has given us clearance to leave the train and move the debris away from the track so trains can continue running safely. Alright, so bottom line is we get to proceed. Alright, let's go. Yeah, that sounds good, Donna. Glad to hear that. $900 upgrade in a PC. That's pretty cool. What did you do primarily? Like new video card and memory and stuff like that, maybe? What did that message say? I missed that. You know what? I can just do this. Walk to the debris and move it away from the track. I didn't do that. Did I just run over the debris? Oh, man. I didn't mean to do that. I guess we got away with it, though. Oh, well. You upgraded your RAM to 32 gigs and put in a 3060 12 gig GPU. Oh, cool. Oh, that's a substantial upgrade. GG to you. And you replaced some fans. Front one was making noise. Gotcha. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I'm sitting here since the stream started. I've been complaining about my frame rates in the game. And bottom line is, you know, I probably just need to go ahead and upgrade my PC, period. As in get a brand new PC. Evening all. Evening, Gabs. Welcome. How you doing, Gabs? Yeah, because I mean, at least for the last couple years, I've been wanting to buy a new PC anyway. Last year, it didn't work out because, you know, availability for parts and everything else was really bad. You know, memory and video cards especially and everything. This year, availability is a lot better on just about everything. But, to be honest, I've been lazy about, you know, just getting it done, so I probably just need to do that. You know, get it while the components are there to be gotten. Gab says, not bad. I'm late. I never noticed you go live. Oh, you're not late. I've only been, well, okay. I mean, you're not late as in, I don't, you know, I never expect anybody to be here, like, right when I start. But yeah, welcome, Gabs. Good to see you. And hello, King. Welcome to you as well. Good evening to you. Yeah, especially where you are, Gabby. It's, let me do the math in my head. It's about 1:30 in the morning, right? Donna says, don't worry about your FPS vidcam. It's still hot as ever. Thank you, Donna. Actually, before you got here, Donna, I was just saying, because I had a problem with my webcam, I have a brand new webcam. So I did upgrade my webcam during my my break to an actual 1080p webcam to try to match my stream at 1080p, because, you know, I guess with this small, you know, face cam view, people don't usually notice, but my old webcam was only 720p, so it never really matched my stream, which I run at 1080p. So I call myself upgrading it. In theory, on paper anyway, it's a better webcam than my old one. But to be honest, getting it to actually work with my setup has been a complete pain in the ass. So it's come with a whole new set of technical issues. So the fact that I get it working at all is a miracle. But it's got some bugs. Matter of fact, our friend Nectar, you know, was able to point out one early in the stream tonight where I have basically a video sync issue with it, and I have to reset it a certain way. It's just a pain. Well, I'm not here to see the P? What? Gabby says, yep. You guys know how to flatter an old man. That's all I can say. And let me not spad. Let's see. Stop is coming up, and I got a red just past the stop. All right. So yeah, I basically I did that. I changed a lot of things in my stream setup. I changed my bit rate and a bunch of other things. Just trying to get some better performance. But in the bottom line, what I really need to do is I just need a new computer. I've pushed this one as far as I can. It's just old. It's just time. It's time for me to bite the bullet and get a major upgrade. I need a new system. So with Christmas holidays approaching, I'm thinking as a savvy shopper, if I keep my eyes open, maybe I can catch sales on, you know, some of the stuff I need. But we shall see. 750p, 1080p, too much info. Gotcha. Let's work. Nice work out there. Let's see how you did. Oh, that's it. That's the end of our service. Okay. All right, we got silver medal. Room for improvement. Only about a minute behind schedule, so not that bad. Especially considering driving in the rain. Alright, so that one's got that one down. Speaking of lightning, Alex, that was you saying that you like the weather and lightning effects. This is what it looks like. Yeah, first time I saw lightning in this game, because they never had it in Train Sim World 2 or previous. First of all, it scared the hell out of me, because I didn't expect it. But yeah, I thought it was pretty impressive. Although, from what I understand, for the roadmap stream they did, I think it was Friday, actually. They said they're making some changes where the lightning bolts are going to be pushed further away from the player, because I think right now, you know, they tend to strike pretty much right in front of you. which is not realistic. So they said they're going to just change the effect so that the lightning is actually further away when it happens. All right. All right, so I'm just kind of working through some mastery challenges. Now, mastery is one thing, to be honest, I totally ignored mastery in Train Sim World 2. I didn't do any mastery stuff. But now, with Train Sim World 3, well, first of all, they have a slightly different presentation for it. But I've kind of been dabbling in some of the mastery challenges as a way to introduce me to the new routes and whatnot. So kind of working my way through some of those. Let's see. So like, for example, the new ICE route they gave us. I did tier 1 stuff, and I still have some tier 2 stuff left. What do I need? I just need miles. Okay. King says, wait, there's a TSW3 now? Yeah. Yeah, King, this is new game Saturday night, right? And the reason I'm doing Train Sim World is because Train Sim World, this is Train Sim World 3. This is my first time streaming it. Which just came out, I forget the exact date. It was in September, I believe, though. But yeah, it's out, King. It's out for PC and consoles. So you should be able to, get it on your platform of choice. Alex says 2 new UK routes are in the making. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that in the roadmap stream on, I think it's Friday. Is it Friday or Thursday? I forget when they did the roadmap stream. But the links in that command I just put up will have, for anybody who's interested, a link directly to the roadmap. I'll have to get it. Yeah. Yeah, King, everything came over with, you'll have all your content, assuming you stay on the same platform, whether it's, console or PC. All your previously purchased content for Train Sim World 2, as you can see here, came over. And as opposed to when Train Sim World 2 came out, we got everything on day 1. Well, we got everything on day 1 with the exception of PlayStation folks. We're a staggered release for PlayStation reasons. So yeah, any DLC you had before still comes with you. We didn't leave anything behind. Like, I think when Train Sim World 2 came out, we lost one DLC route. I think we lost NEC New York. They left that one behind. But this time we got everything, and we have 3 new routes with just with the base game, King. So yeah, a little bit more expensive than when Train Sim World 2 came out, but other than that, I think it's so far so good. Alex said HST is also going on the Livery Maker. Yeah, I saw that. They did. I think Adam did a presentation during the roadmap stream where he showed some of his own hand-painted HST, work from the livery editor. Neil said there's a new American loco in the making as well. Oh, okay. Did I know that? Yeah, because if you look at the roadmap and that link I just posted, there are four new either routes or locomotives coming out, and I think one of them is by Rivet. So yeah, that's the next wave of new stuff that they're putting in. Alex said all DLC came out staggered. Not on PC it didn't. At least not on Steam. We got everything. I pretty much had everything on day 1. I do know they staggered it for PlayStation, but that was because of an issue that they have in the PlayStation environment. For TSW2. Yeah, I got you. That is correct. Yeah, so compared to TSW2, they did a better job for TSW3 because we got everything on day 1. Yeah, you're right. All right, so let's grab something else to do. Like I said, I've been kind of working through my mastery challenges. What do I need here? So I'm just working on... So we can run anything just to grab some more mileage on this one. So let's grab, because I like my high speed stuff. Let's grab something from the new ICE. Put in some miles on that. Because King and you guys, you might remember from Train Sim World 2, we had two ICEs. We had this one, the BR403 ICE3, and then we had the BR406 ICE3M. So, and King, in the base game for Train Sim World 3, we now get this one, the sorry, my head's in the way. The BR401 ICE1. So technically this is, I guess, a throwback ICE. It's an older model, I guess. So let's grab something for that. Neil says only PlayStation came out staggered because of Sony. Yeah. Yeah, and they still have a thing where I think it's only on PlayStation 4. I don't think PlayStation 5 has the problem. I'm not sure, though, because I don't have a PlayStation. Where they can only have so much content installed on the system at one time. So unfortunately, PlayStation owners have to go through this weird, thing where they have to take off some of their content to install something else they might want to play. They can't have everything on their system at the same time. But to my knowledge, PlayStation is the only one that has that issue. Xbox doesn't have that issue. PC doesn't have that issue whether you're on Steam or Epic. It's just PlayStation, is my understanding. Unfortunately. All right, so let's just grab a nice high-speed run. That one's like the full route. That's about an hour. This is about partial route. This one is from Castle Wilhelms. I shouldn't try to pronounce that. To Fulda. So what is that, southbound? Let's grab something like that. And one nice thing they did for Train Sim World 3 is we get dynamic weather now. I mean, you can still set your own weather, but there is dynamic weather. So the weather will change in the middle of your services now, which is really cool. They only used to have that just for scenarios, but now for regular services, you can have dynamic weather. Let's give that a try. Neil said that is with PS5, and Dovetail is working on the add-ons manager to fix it. Oh, okay. Oh, so they do have that on PS5. Not PS4, then, I guess. Because PS5 is limited to 64 gigs DLCs that can be installed. Oh, okay. Gotcha. And hey, Patrick. Welcome. How you doing? Good evening. Sorry, Alex, I missed you said you're currently driving the Class 313, and you drove a Class 142 IRL on Friday. Oh, nice, Alex. Wow, how'd you get the opportunity to do that? I know a long time ago, Alex, maybe like sometime last year, you were looking to get a railroad job, but I think you didn't get it at the time. Have things changed in that area? Wow, look at our car length. So for this service we're about to do, we're looking at 14 cars on this train. My God. All right, so. Wow, that's pretty long. I don't think I've driven an ICE that long. I know the TGV in France, the one that we have in the game, is like 20 cars long. All right, so put in the reverser. Power to the desk. Activate the brake key. All right, we have brake control. Open the right side doors. We have a right side platform. No, it's a train line switch. Where is my door control? Oh, here. Unlock the right side doors. Here we go. Alright, looks like the doors are open. Alex says they said there were some driving experiences, so you paid for it. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've heard of people doing that. Our friend Captain Andy B, I believe, does that on somewhat of a regular basis. All right, so while they're loading up, let me activate my safety systems. If I can remember how to do it on this one. So first we want AFB. And we're going to put CIFA, PZB. And since this is nature, or not an HST, but an ICE, we want LZB. And let me see, what else do I need to do? I think park and brakes are already released, but we'll... I don't know how I can tell visually whether they're already released or not, but I'm assuming that they're probably already released, but I'll hit the release anyway. Alright. Alright, so loading cycle's done. Lock the doors. Alright, set the AFB. Before we pull away, now this one's a little bit different in that we have a separate locomotive, engine car from the passenger car, but we can still access the passenger area back here. So just to give folks like King a look. Wow, she's looking at me like, what the hell are you looking at? Yeah, kind of a nice train. Like I said, this one's a little bit older than the ICE we had in Trains in World 2, or the 2 ICEs. But, yeah, it's not bad. Still pretty nice. Alex says, yeah, still not got a job on the trains yet, and you're going to head to bed. Okay, Alex, have a good night. Thanks for dropping in, man. Alright, so reverser to forward, already did. Release the brakes. And throttle up. We are already under LZB. Alright, so we leave the station here with everything already under LZB control. Alright, so we'll just give it full throttle, full power. I think this is southbound, right? Yeah, this is a southbound run. Yeah, we're not doing the whole line. We have an intermediate stop at Fulda, which is, I think, a little bit more than halfway down the line. 85 kilometers, but I mean, this train flies. I think on this line we'll be doing about, I think, 240 kilometers per hour maximum. The ICE 3s are a little faster than this. The ICE 3M does, I think, about 280 on its run. And the other ICE, the ICE 3, I think it's called, at least on this line, I think that one will do 320. But this one will do about 240. But I've already done my outlaw speed tests on this particular train. And I've got it up to 336. I got it up to 336. The ICE 3M, I had that up to 370. That's so far that. Well, that was my speed record in the game until I did a outlaw speed test on crap. I forgot to turn my lights on. On the TGV. The TGV, I got it up to 383. There we go. Headlights up. But this one, I was not able to get it to go faster than 336. So far, anyway. Alright, so right now we're... LZB's got us targeted for 250. Okay. So under safety systems, it won't go any faster than, what the computer is telling it to do. In that case, it's going to set us for 250. But when I do my outlaw speed tests, I disable all the safety systems and just give it full throttle. And in that particular case, like I said, 336 is what I was able to get this one up to. But yeah, I started doing what I call, outlaw speed tests. Back when we were still under Train Sim World 2. And I've tested a number of different locomotives just to see how fast they'll go in the game. And so when Train Sim World 3 came out, Dovetail put a scenario in the game to do basically a full speed test. So the first scenario for this train in the game, basically they're doing what I do. They tell you to turn the safety systems off, and they tell you the line has been cleared for you to do a full speed test. And you get to basically run the line at full speed to see how fast the ICE-1 will go. So they basically do what I've already been doing, off stream. Yeah, so that there's only one scenario. It's for this one. It's for the ICE. Nice, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. So I was like, have you been spying on me? Because that's what I do. Wow, that is a long train. Look at that. Yeah, and I looked on the forums, the Dovetail forums, just to see how fast other people have gotten this train to go in, in that scenario. And they've all had the same, seems like pretty much the same as me. Nobody can get it to go faster than 336. But, if you look on my Steam profile, I usually take screenshots of when I do my outlaw tests, just so, I have documentation of how fast I actually got the train to go. So if anybody's curious, they can look on my Steam profile and see that for themselves in my screenshots. But I know a couple weekends ago, I think it was Wolfman's channel. He was streaming Train Sim World 2. And he kind of indirectly challenged me to do outlaw testing for a couple other trains. So I started building a list now of other trains that I want to do outlaw testing on. So we'll see. Neil says I had done that scenario and I got it around the max speed as the ICE3 goes around 330. Okay. Yeah, like I said, ICE3 I've gotten that up to 370. That's the best that I've done with that. The only thing and that was my record for a long time, but I did get the TGV to go faster than that. So those have been my records. So I did the ICE3 at 370. The TGV, I got it to 383. I haven't done the Javelin yet. I do want to do the Javelin. But I'll probably have to do that like in off-the-rails mode or something on a different line, because on Southeastern high speed, there's no long, really long continuous stretch where you can just run flat out like you can with the ICEs. Although they did just extend Southeastern high speed for this release, Train Sim World 3, right? So I have to look at the route. There might be a place where you really get it up to max speed. Because part of getting the train to go really, really fast for that speed testing is having a really, I started to say flat, long, straight stretch. It doesn't really have to be that flat, but you do need, a long, straight stretch to really just kind of wind it out and not derail anyway, right? So I kind of have to analyze Southeastern high speed line a little bit and see if there's a spot there where I can really wind it out and hit max speed. Or just find out what max speed is, really is. Let me see, what else did I do? I did the HST. I got that up to 157 miles per hour, which I forget what that is in kilometers per hour. Just over 200, I think. I have to look it up now. And then I did, I think it's something like 248 actually, because I also did the BR-182 Taurus on rapid transit, and I got that one to go 241 kilometers per hour. Because rapid transit is another line where you have really, really long straight stretches. But that was about as fast as I could get that to go. Neil says the 395 can be sluggish a while on third rail, so you would be on control. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, you need to be on AC power to get full speed out of that, I'm sure. Very good point. But yeah, Wolfman, basically we were talking about doing, these type of outlaw speed tests, and he basically gave me the idea to start keeping a hit list, if you will, of other trains that I want to test. So I definitely want to do the Javelin, just to see how fast it'll go. But, now that we have kind of the scenario editor, and you can put pretty much any train on any other line and run it in off-the-rails mode, we could just put the Javelin on an ICE line where it would have, a long straight stretch to be able to really do top speed probably. Now, I don't know how representative that would be in terms of real world physics, but, it'd be fun to test anyway, just to try it. Coming up on about 50 kilometers to Fulda. Alright, so she's not quite holding 250, but we are in a pretty steep uphill grade, so about 1.3%. Yeah, and another key to really testing max speed like that is making sure that you're kind of on a part of the route where you have a lot more downhill than uphill, you know? Because like right now we're doing a lot of uphill climbing, so it's not even holding the 250 that LZB has it set to. Now we're going downhill. Just flipped it downhill. My frames are still not great. Because I've seen this run as fast as, 60 frames per second when I'm playing off stream. But maybe it's just the added overhead of streaming it. Speed up. I'm trying, Donna. I'd like to. I'm trying. I mean, it kind of looks okay. But, I know it'll do better in terms of frame rate. Yeah, I need one of those beefy, new graphics cards like you got down there. Although now with the 4000 series cards coming out, I'm sure the old 3000 series cards are going to be going on good sales. Speed up because you got to slow down soon, right? Exactly. This is pretty much the system controlling our speed right now. I mean, because I've already given it max throttle and max AFB. There's nothing left to give it on my part. But it's just, the system decides how fast it can go based on the route conditions. So it's pretty much on autopilot. Nothing more I can do. Unless I switch the systems off. Maybe we'll do it on stream one day, because normally when I do the outlaw speed testing, I do it off stream. I've never really done that on stream. But it's funny, I remember talking to Bald and Old when Bald was still streaming, for you guys who remember Bald. And after telling him about my results for the ICE3, he did the same test himself on Livestream, and he had it going pretty good, and then at one point he hit a curve and he hit something and the train derailed. I forget, I don't know if he still has anything left on his channel on Twitch, but he had that in his clips for a while. So that was kind of funny watching the train, because it literally, you know, Train Sim World doesn't usually have spectacular accidents, you know, rendered in the game, but because I guess everything was happening so fast, you literally saw the train kind of fly up into the air a little bit before it went and faded to black. So yeah, he had a rather spectacular derailment for Train Sim World anyway. He just does YouTube now? Yeah, I follow him on YouTube. Every now and then I leave him a comment on some of his videos. Yeah, I miss bald streams. But I enjoy his YouTube content also. He's been doing a lot of stuff lately with a couple of those new bus simulators that are in development. I think one of them's called something like Bus Simulator Driver 21 or something like that. I think is one of the interesting ones that I've been following that he introduced on his channel. Actually, we haven't tested the horn on this, have we? Our horn sounds a little bit raggedy. Also, Gabs, I meant to ask you something last night, and I kind of forgot. I got lost in some of the ongoing chat. But how's Chloe doing? Because I remembered you made a comment last night, and I meant to respond to it, and I didn't get to that. I guess the way you put it, anyway, she was kind of taking it hard, about the stuff going on with Hannah. But she's. I hope she's doing better now. How's she doing? She okay? Hello, Das. Welcome, Das. How you doing? You driving some fancy new trains tonight, Das? Das says, I am struggling. I made a cake. Wait a minute, Das. Those things don't go together in the same thought. You're struggling making a cake? Or you just made a cake and, by the way, I'm struggling. It's a cube and it's too tall for my cake plate. Ah. I see. What kind of cake? I had to figure out how to store it. And I'm afraid that solution is going to be carving it up. Gotcha. I need some wipers going here. Hang on a second. Where's my wipers? Here. Das says a butter cake with meringue, marshmallow frosting, and chocolate frosting too. Cool. Any special occasion, Das? Like somebody's birthday coming up? Or anything? You just wanted the cake? Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. That's a valid reason, right? Wow, that horn... Speaking of struggling, that horn is struggling. Alright, so... LZB is beeping at me. What are you telling me? I guess we're coming up on a speed transition. Frame rates are still struggling. Gabby said, yeah, since Hannah showed the first sign of improvement, Chloe's mood is lifted again. Okay, that's good. That's good. Alright, so we're getting a countdown now, just about 5 kilometers. Expecting a reduction to 220, I believe that's saying. Yeah, there's the G, so starting a braking curve. Yeah, because, Gabby, Chloe... I think Chloe's the one who... Not too long after her and Hannah had the car accident thing, I remember dropping some you know, DMs to Hannah back then, and I guess at first because she wasn't answering her. Oh no, it wasn't that. What it was when her mother first passed away. So she was offline for a little while, and I didn't know her mother had passed away. And I had dropped her some DMs, you know, just checking on her to see how she was doing. And Chloe, I guess, was the one who had access to her account, so she was like, well, just to let you know, Hannah's mother had passed away, and I'm just letting you know that she probably won't be online for a little while. So I appreciated that she followed up and let me know what was going on. She didn't have to do that, So yeah, it was pretty cool that she did that. So, but I'm glad she's doing better. All right, deceleration now to... All right, so we're coming up on 3 kilometers to Fulda. Oh, okay, so you know what? I'm going to take manual here. Well, actually, it's already decelerating us lower than I was going to set it to. Donna says, how come you don't drop me any DMs just to see how I'm doing? Well, Donna, I don't usually get a chance to. Mainly because you keep me supplied with other correspondence on a somewhat regular basis. So, yeah, because normally, I would check in on people who disappear, I guess, is the point. So if okay, we were coming up on a red light there, but it just went to clear. So, all right, forget that. Don't have to make a stop. But if you would care to, I guess, disappear for long enough, Donna, I would be glad to check in on you as well. How's that? Just teasing, jerk. Gabby says, yeah, we just like to make sure people don't think they're being ignored and informed. People we feel should know what is going on. Thank you. All right, inside, we're coming up on 1 kilometer to our stop. Now, we never got a full release on LZB. That is one of the things that's tricky about this line. If you depend on LZB to kind of stop you, it doesn't hand the train back over to you except at the very ends of the line. Like, if you're going to an intermediate stop like this one, you have to pay attention and override LZB to make your stop. Otherwise, you'll just, literally blow through the platform. So that part is a little bit different than the other ICE lines. Let's cut power here. Man, we got a long train. Look at that. Yeah, the AFB controls on this are a little tricky too, because like unlike the other ICEs, you don't get like, I guess, notches at, even intervals like, 20, 30, 40 kmh. So it's kind of tricky to set your AFB on this particular loco. And we made good time, actually. We came in roughly about a minute ahead of schedule, so that's pretty cool. Especially considering that I started out late because we did a little bit of, showing off the passenger couches before we started driving. Alright, decent stop. Right side platform, open the doors. Actually, you know what? We're done. Let's get out and look around a little bit here. I have not actually looked at the stations too much on the new routes. So before our service ends, let's take a look around. All right, there's a service. Actually, this is a scenario, not a service, right? Or is this? No, this is a service. We should be able to look around on foot a little bit. All right, got a gold medal. And yeah, we came in roughly a minute ahead of schedule within 6 meters of our stop, so not too bad. Donna says, we know of one person, a good guy, Daffy's, So nice his daughter let us know with all she was going through at the time. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, sad situation, of course. All right, yeah, we can go to free roam here. Okay. So, yeah. Yep, still miss our buddy Daffy's. Yeah, even on foot, my frame rate is kind of raggedy. Look at that. That's man, that's crap. That's less than 20 frames. And Curtis Shu, welcome and thank you for the follow. Yeah, the one thing they did new with the passengers here is they, in rainy conditions, they have umbrellas. And I've seen them actually use the umbrella, so that's kind of cool. I haven't seen too many other Sims, at least out of the Sims that I play on stream, who they gave their passengers functional umbrellas. The only other one I can think of is, whoa, look at that guy. Alright, little glitch there. Poor guy, fell through the platform. The only other game I can think of that has that is Bus Simulator 21, which I haven't streamed in a really long time at this point. You know what, maybe we'll get back to that at some point this fall. They did release some new DLC for Bus Sim 21 that I never did pick up. Oh, it is still raining. Okay, for a minute I thought it had stopped raining. But, yeah, I do think the sky looks a lot better than it used to in Train Sim World 2. A lot better. I think they said they actually implemented, and I might be not quite using the right term, but I think it's what they call volumetric clouds or something like that, meaning they're real 3D constructs. So, yeah, that looks better. I think it even looks better at night. Like, you can see, like, stars and the moons and moon and everything at night. Yeah, dude's not using his umbrella, so... Actually, I think it just stopped raining just as we came out here. So, yeah, I mean, they have made some nice improvements. Somebody's driving a train away. But yeah, I'm not happy with my frame rate. I'm gonna have to, I don't know if I can do anything more about it. We started the stream, I was running screen percentage at 200. I dialed it down to 100, but it still seems to be kind of low. The glitch gut, perfect date. Right height and can set my beer on his head. I know I know a joke like that, Donna, that kind of has reverse genders, very similar, but it's kind of NSFW, so I don't think I'm going to repeat it on stream. But I'm sure some of you folks know that joke. All right. Yeah, I'm not even doing like ultra effects or anything. But like I said, I've seen this run at 60 frames per second when I'm off stream. But maybe it's just kind of because it's doing like the NVENC encoding on the graphics card for the stream. Maybe it's not, I'm not getting, you know, really good frames because it's competing with the encoding for streaming. So, I mean, the game doesn't look bad. It's just, I can tell my frames are not quite as smooth as when I play off stream. But again, it is It is kind of my first time. It is my first time streaming it, so I have to see if I can find some ways to tweak it and do a little better with it next time. Neil says, I set my sky to either low or medium. It lags on high or ultra on my 2080. Oh, really? Let me take a look at that. Let's try medium. Because I didn't really play with any of the advanced screen settings. I just kind of took the defaults. But, you know, because off stream it was running so good, I didn't really see much of a need to play with it. But clearly it is definitely struggling just a little bit while I'm streaming. Not struggling, it's just not optimal. Not optimal, I guess. Yeah, it's not even hitting 30 frames right now. So not particularly, not that impressive. It is a new sky in the new routes. It doesn't affect the old sky in the TSW2 routes. Oh, okay. Yeah, actually that probably makes sense. Oh, I can see the difference in the sky just from making that one change. It's not quite as I mean, it still looks okay, but not the clouds are not cloud cover is not quite as full as it was a minute ago. All right. All right, we'll go with that for the rest of the stream. Okay, in the meantime, let's find something else to do. So, Neil, since Train Sim World 3 came out, do you have any favorites? Like how are you liking things on the new TSW3 routes, I guess? You know, one thing that's kind of cool is they have this new training center, which is kind of neat. Neil said I had that issue as I played Microsoft Flight Simulator and Fly Airliners. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been playing Flight Sim off and on since it came out. I used to stream it a little bit when it first came out, but I haven't streamed it in a long time. Whoa, that weather does not look like what I dialed up. I like the dynamic weather system. It does add in new stuff into the services. Yeah, I like that too. Let's try that again. Or maybe I dialed the wrong thing and maybe I dialed in foggy. Let's try that. Yeah, I like that they added lightning to the storm effects. All right, that looks a little better. Yeah, but they had this training center that you could walk around and pretty much, you know, jump on board any train. And, you know, I tend to use it as, you know, supplemental hands-on training because you get, you know, training modules with each one of the locomotives and whatnot, and you know, in the course of the regular DLCs. But I mean, it's kind of cool where you can come in here and just board any train and just take it out for testing, and just, you know, try things on your own. So I like that they did that. I've actually done some speed tests in the training center test track, because you kind of have like this big oval that goes around the test track here. There's also a small one inside that has like 2 different stop platforms, I believe. But you can actually get the train to go pretty fast on the outer loop. I've taken a couple trains out there just to see how fast I could get them to go. I was actually surprised they wouldn't derail either. So, at least so far. Because I think I've taken both ICEs out on the test loop. I took the BR-185 out just to see how fast it would go. But I think this has like a governor on it or something, because it went to, I think, about 105, and it just wouldn't go any faster, period. The ICE, I got it to go not quite as fast as it did on, you know, its native line, but I think I got it to go like 320 something, 330 something, as opposed to 370 that I got it to do, you know, on its own line. So you can kind of, you know, you can kind of play with stuff here. I do like that you can just board any train and just learn, you know, hands-on, you know, play testing on your own, just learning things that the training doesn't tell you. Because like when I first started driving the ICE-1, I had a thing where I couldn't figure out how to switch cabs. Matter of fact, let's go look at one real quick. I think there's one right up here. You know, if I shut down one cab and I went to the other end of the train, I couldn't figure out how to get it to, how to make that cab operational. And it was only by doing testing here in the training center on my own that I realized I found out there's a switch in the cab where you tell it, I'm taking control basically from this cab, and then it'll there we go. It'll obey you basically. So like for example, if you come in here and then you add your reverser handle, and normally, you know, in most services or scenarios, you know, you can pretty much just take over just by doing that. But when you switch cabs, what happens is, like if I shut this cab down and let me see. If I switch here and go to the other cab, well, long story short, what happens is I found that you have to press, this button. It says cab change. And hello, Flying Dutchman, welcome. So once you switch to the other cab, you basically put in your reverser and then you press this button. And because until then, you won't get power to the desk just by putting a reverser in. So you actually have to come here and press cab change button. And then when you flip the reverser, then you get power to that desk. And the only way I figured out how to do that was just by trial and error here in the training center. So I do kind of like that they did that. You know, just kind of give you a free play sandbox, which is something we never had before in, you know, previous Train Sim worlds, I guess. How you doing, Dutchman? Good evening to you. Hope your weekend was good. Matter of fact, if we go to the other end real quick, let's just check and see if because at least in my experience, I think usually it's like once you take over one desk, it cancels the other one out until you press that button. Now, we're basically at the end of a siding here. So if I get here... Yeah, see, right now I won't get any power to the desk. Even though I put my reverser in. Because the other desk was the last one I had under control. But if I go to the back wall and I hit this cab change button, now I should be able to get power. Yeah. So for those who have not had to do that yet, in the future, yeah, that's one thing that I only learned just messing around here in the training center in free play. And then the other thing was after emergency braking, I didn't know how to recover. But you have to, I found out this on the forums, you have to press this button. I don't understand that label, HLL fill. So after an emergency braking, if you get stuck and can't get the train to recover, you have to then press this button and it recharges the brake pipe or the brake reservoir or whatever, and then you can recover from an emergency braking. Dutchman says, doing okay, thanks. I'm on my way to work, listening and watching a little while driving, being safe, of course. Okay, Dutchman. Yeah, be safe, man. Appreciate you dropping in. And hopefully have a good night at work to you. Hope everything's been going well with you. But yeah, I think the training center is pretty cool. The only one thing about it that I was a little disappointed with is that it only has the locomotives on site here for the Train Sim World 2 native routes, I guess. So basically, it's the locomotives from, the three routes that come with the base game. So we don't have anything from like the Train Sim World 2 routes living here in the training center. So I can't play around with any of those. But it would be nice if they had a shed somewhere that pretty much had, every train from all your DLCs that you could play with here. But yeah, they've got the two different ICEs. They've got the Javelin here. And they've got the Class 66 and... yeah, pretty much everything from those routes. So, yeah, kind of neat. Yep, and you can just jump in, power up anything. And then, if you want to get out to any of the, like I said, the inner or outer test tracks, it is kind of tricky a little bit to map your route through the inner yard. But just, playing around through trial and error, I figured out how basically you can get to anywhere in the facility. And like even on the outer loop, if you kind of take this siding and you come out this way, well, not this siding, but if you come off the inner sidings into this branch, you can get to the outer route here, and then you have switches here. And even if you want to switch from one direction to the other, there's a set of switches here that allow you to cross over between tracks. And then in green here, you actually have, mock station stops. So you can actually practice, your stop and goes, so to speak, which sounds like I'm talking about Flight Simulator, but yeah. All that stuff you can do here. So anyway. Yeah, I do like they did that. Because, you know, that's one thing I like about simulators. I like to tinker with stuff. I like to play with stuff, you know. I don't always need, personally, you know, structured, you know, play. You know, I like to experiment with things. So, and this is a place you can do that. So I do like that a lot. And they, you know, they modeled these facilities. I guess you can't actually go in them. Like it's supposed to be a locker room and some offices and stuff here. From what I've seen, you can't go in them or anything. Yeah. But yeah, from what I understand, what Dovetail said was this is a fictitious training center, but it's modeled after a real world training center in another country. And they kind of got the inspiration from, you know, a real life setting. So, you know, this part is kind of cool. I kind of like that they did this. All right, let's see what time we got. So anyway, there's that. Let's grab another route. Find something else to do. Anybody have any requests? Anything you'd like to see? If so, let me know. Because I didn't really have any specific goals for tonight's stream. I just, you know, wanted to introduce Train Sim World 3 to the channel. You know what? This is something new they did also. When you kind of don't know what you want to do, they gave us a quick play button. So we basically tell the game, okay, just give me something to do. And, you know, let's try something real quick. Just to see what it does. Assuming the game didn't crash. Oh, that was kind of weird. All right, so, okay, so it's saying, do you want a short run or a longer run? Okay, I haven't used this yet myself. Let's say something shorter. BR 185.5 introduction.
Welcome to this BR 185.5 electric locomotive in MRCE livery. This brief introduction will cover shunting operations and recovery from an emergency stop.
Interesting.
Climb aboard to get started.
So it gave us the Black Beauty from, which line is this? I forget which line it is. Let's see. Can it tell us here? Wuppertal. Okay. That's kind of interesting. I didn't know it would give us a training center, excuse me, a training mission as one of the random jobs. Blastpop says the game has to poll your assets. You can tell the game to skip training scenarios in the options menu. Oh, okay. All right, so let's back out of here because I wasn't expecting a training mission. So Blastpop had said you can tell the game to skip training scenarios in the options menu. Okay. See if we can find that. Training modules in quick play. Thank you, Blast Pop. So it's either include or exclude. Okay. Thanks, Blast Pop. Appreciate that. All right, let's try that again. So, how did I get there? To the trains, I guess? Yeah, quick play. There we go. All right, so I guess it was kind of slow dialing us something up the first time because, like you said, it has to poll your assets. And in my case, I've got, you know, full load of stuff. All right, try that again. Something short. But I mean, it makes sense because they wouldn't expect people to necessarily have all the DLC, right? So, engineering interruption. Still does this lag while it's preloading everything. That's kind of annoying. Are we on Isle of Wight? Yeah, we sure are. Okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna see if we can roll up one more different thing. Let's not do this one. Maybe third time's a charm. But the only reason I'm not gonna do that is because in my last Train Sim World 2 stream, which was back in July, we primarily did Isle of Wight. So let's try one more time. See if we get something else new to do. But yeah, to your point, Blast Pop, I guess while it's pulling my assets, we're just kind of sitting here hanging. I mean, they should give you like a spinning, you know, loading thing or something, loading assets thing or something, just to let you know, that it's actually doing something. Red bank rotation. Oh. We got Alright, so we got a scenario this time from which line is this? This is one of the ones I play very infrequently. Matter of fact, I don't know the last time I touched it. You guys remember what route this is? I forget. Not because we got so many of them now. Just they get stuck in my head. Great Western? Is this Great Western? Not sure. Hang on one sec. Let me check. Is it... Class 47. This is, Northern Transpennine. Yeah, I was thinking is two of them that look like Northern Transpennine and yeah, I'm confusing Northern Transpennine with God, I can't remember the other one. But thank you, Gabs. Yeah, this looks more like Northern Transpennine. I think you're right. All right, and I haven't driven these in a really long time. Let's see. Throttle's off. Brake. Reverser. Reverser forward. Straight brake is released. Driver's brake. Release. My bad. No problem. Blast pop. Yeah, because it's whatever route has the 101 on it natively. Because these days I tend to drive the Class 101 a lot on not on Northern Transpennine, but I drive it a lot on God, brain just doesn't want to work sometimes. That Heritage line that I like. Yes, I think this is Northern Transpennine. I think you're right. All right, stop in Manchester, Victoria. West Somerset. Thank you, Gabby. Yeah, I think it's too early in the stream for it to be stream brain. It's clearly old man brain. And you know what? I didn't check my switches. Alright. All my switches are automatic. But yeah, I like when I found out that I could drive the Class 101 on West Somerset. Because it kind of, to me, it kind of fits the line, you know? And I know a lot of people don't like the 101 because it's got like the manual gearbox and the, you know, the lap brakes and all that kind of stuff. But I like it. I like driving it. Blast Pop says, though erroneous, that it was a scenario from Great Western in the Blue Scenario Pack. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't actually have that pack. How you like that, Blast Pop? I never did buy that. Blast Pop says it's worth it on sale. Okay. Gives options and more to do on the Great Western route. Okay. And hello, Diamondback. Saturday evening Kojo train stream. Yeah. And incoming raid from Rascal Sap. Oh, let me not spad as rate as Sap is raiding. He'd be ashamed of me. All right, hang on a second. And welcome Sap and welcome Sap's viewers. Oh, good lord. Sap is continuing his playthrough of Assassin's Creed Origins, looks like. Sap is a good guy, welcome, yeah. Sap raided us last night too. We were playing we're doing a replay of the Talos Principle. So I appreciate that. Yeah, but mainly because of Sap's hours, I rarely get to raid him anymore. But I appreciate that he still raids me. Okay, interesting horn. I literally don't know if I've ever heard that horn before. Why am I showing a throttle lockout? What did I do? Driver's brake is running, straight brake is released. Reverse is still forward. That's kind of odd. Oh, there we go. There's Sap. Welcome, Sap. Sap says Class 47, also known as the Duff. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I very rarely drive Northern Transpennine, Sap. But we're driving this tonight mainly because I decided to test that kind of quick job thing that they give you in the game. Now don't stop. There we go. And this is what it gave us. Signal dispatcher. Do I have to use the tab key? I guess I do. That's okay. Because I know in a lot of the newer locomotives, they've started giving us that thing where you can just click on the phone in your cab and get clearance from the dispatcher. But I guess we don't have one of those here. Sap says, or the spoon. Okay. Blast Pop says there's something just timeless about British rails. Yeah, gotcha. Alright, so what do you want us to do? Couple to formation. Straight ahead? Oh, we're just going straight ahead to the train in front of us. Okay. Yeah, admittedly, Blast Pop, for whatever reason, I don't drive kind of like the old British rails that often. Like, I remember buying all the DLCs, but then I just, for whatever reason, don't spend as much time on them. With the exception of West Somerset, like Gabby said. For some reason, I just took to West Somerset right away. I don't drive it that often, but I always enjoyed it. Something I like about it. But that's more of a, I guess, a heritage rail, right? Wait, did I? No, not really. Oh, that was a little hard. Sorry. Alright, let me see if I can couple. Sap says hooking up to Class 45 peak. Okay. Sap says I like the 101 too. Oh, do you? Okay. I love the whole ritual of the gear changes, letting the revs go to zero before you switch up a gear, etc. Yeah, I do too. Did I get close enough? I feel like I'm not close enough. clearly I'm shit at this. Gabby says, right, rest time for me. Catch you soon, again soon. Good night all. Good night, Gabs. Thank you for hanging out. Really appreciate you being here. Touch and slam on the brakes. Yeah, I mean, that's what I call myself doing, but I'm clearly not doing it correctly. Actually, I should probably do this with the high keys. Yeah, see, then I get that. Which is kind of a weird physics side effect, I guess. Overdid it that time. Jeez. Alright, let's try it again. You're a Thunderbird service, says Sap. Yeah. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because the way I'm driving that is clearly a bad thing. I should have made a save point before I did that. They did finally, I guess last week, give us our save points back. There's an auto couple feature, if not mistaken, when you hit the buffers. Okay. So I don't have to get out and manually couple? Because it seems like with most of the older British rails, I'm used to having to manually couple. But I guess we'll see. Brakes released. Throttle up. Yeah, but I'm like you, Sap. I like driving the 101 too. I like the manual gearbox. But, you know, even in real life driving cars, most of my life I always drove manuals. Blast Pop says, I think so. I use manual though. Though this scenario may be problematic. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. Why is my throttle stuck? What's going on here? What did I do? Oh, I changed the reverser. How did I do that? Here we go. Oh, god damn it. This is going to be one of those scenarios. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Sap says it's British railway slang for a rescue service. The Thunderbirds term comes from a TV show of the same name. It was filmed in Super Mario Nation. Yeah. Yeah, I used to love the Thunderbirds. Actually, I still do. You need a cup of tea or a beer. I need something. I need to pay attention, I guess. Alright, let's try this. Third time's a charm. Yeah, but I used to love all the Jerry Anderson stuff, Sap. You know, Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet, Stingray, all that stuff. I grew up on that stuff. I loved it. Matter of fact, in We have a streaming TV service here called Pluto TV. Oh no, it's not on Pluto. There's another. I think it's on the Roku channel. They have a channel that streams UFO now. You know, 24. Actually, it's not 24/7, but it's a good percentage of their streaming day, and it you know, which is it's a free channel, and they have UFO. But yeah, I used to love all that stuff. Still do, really. This is the voice of the Mr. Rons, right? We know you can hear us, Earthmen. Yeah, and you know, there's been several remakes of the Thunderbirds. They did a live-action movie, I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago with Bill Paxton. Which I went to see anyway because I'm a Thunderbirds nut. It wasn't that great. And then on Amazon, they imported a streaming how you describe it? I guess it's a show with 3D animation of the Thunderbirds. It was a remake of it. That one wasn't too bad, actually. I did watch that. Denied, wait for signal to change. Okay. They also did one, they did a, like, kind of a cartoon animated version of Captain Scarlet. Amazon did. But that one I thought was pretty bad. I watched a couple episodes of that and I was like, I can't watch this. So I didn't like that one. But, you know, the old Super Marination ones are still the better. Still the best ones to me. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm hitting the wrong hotkey and I keep taking my reverser out of gear. I'm sorry. That's what I'm doing. Blast Pop, you forgot about UFO? Yeah. Yeah, I kind of did too until I started seeing it on the Roku channel. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't think I realized that the Roku channel was, excuse me, UFO rather, was Jerry Anderson's first live action show. You know, he still had kind of had the same types of special effects in terms of like vehicle models and things like that. But that was the first show he did with live action actors. So I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that. But yeah, out of all that, I think Thunderbirds was definitely my favorite. Captain Scarlet was probably my second favorite, but that was also the one that I, you know, you see the least, you know, less frequently, I guess. Our friend Miss Lovely Hannah, she actually, when she found out I was a Thunderbirds fan, she told me her favorite was a Fireball XL1, which I had never seen. It was a little bit ahead of my time. But she directed me to a place where I could see copies of it online, and that one was in black and white. And I guess because I'm somewhat of a color snob, I didn't really take to it as well. So that was one of the few Jerry Anderson productions I guess I didn't care for. Alright, so let's try this again. Let's do it hotkeys. Release the brakes. Blast Pop says the stop motion movies like Jason and the Argonauts by Ray Harryhausen. Yeah. Yeah, I grew up on those too. I love those. Yeah, matter of fact, just not too long ago, I saw either the Seventh Voyage or the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. I think it was the Golden Voyage. Was playing free on Pluto. And I hadn't seen that in a long time either. You know, same thing. Ray Harryhausen, stop motion special effects. Yeah, I used to love those things too. Alright, proceed at restricted speed. Alright, so I'm going to test making a save point this time. Since they did give us our save function back in the last update. But it... Oh, don't do that. But it came with caveats. So we'll see. Hopefully I won't need it, but if I do, we'll have it. Sap says, I got a Thunderbird 2 Matchbox toy in a drawer somewhere. Cool. Yeah, Thunderbird 2 was always my favorite. They redesigned it a little bit in that Amazon, you know, modern update of it, the 3D animation show that I was mentioning. But it was still pretty cool. It wasn't quite as, what's the word I'm looking for, oval shaped as the original Thunderbird 2. But other than that, it was still the same, you know, function and design. But yeah, Thunderbird 2 was always my favorite. I never had a model of it though. I would have loved one. And it had Thunderbird 4 in its belly. Cool. Oh, I see why I'm having trouble with this. Because we're actually pulling uphill. It's a 0.6% uphill grade. God damn it. Let me see if the reload works. Jesus Christ. Alright, resume last play. Let's see if it works. Sap also said, it's not in this box though, so worth next to nothing before anyone says. Okay. Sinbad and the Golden Fleece, etc. Ben-Hur loved him. Gotcha. Alright, so here's the trick here. I'm pulling uphill at a 0.6% grade. And each time... Well, not each time, but... Yeah, each time I've ended up derailing just trying to... You know, hit the... Basically make a soft kiss off the front of the other train. If you guys have any recommendations on what I should be doing, let me know. I don't mind being backseated to do this, because, like I said, I don't really drive the 47 that much. So clearly I'm not good at it. But I know, like, for example, if I'm driving most American locomotives, that for a coupling maneuver, I will keep my speed below 5 miles per hour. And I'm usually okay. But here I'm doing something stupid. Movies like Sinbad were always Saturday afternoon matinee we had to sit through as kids. Says Sap. We sat at our grand while parents were shopping in town. Blast Pop said a few years ago they released the Thunderbirds board game with models of all the vessels. Really? Oh, I didn't hear that one. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I was always a big model builder when I was a kid. But I never remember seeing any models of any of the Thunderbirds. I would have loved that. Alright, so we're pulling uphill 0.6%. I mean... whether I have to do an auto coupling or whether we get an auto coupling or not, I would assume. Like right now, I'm not even doing 2 miles per hour, right? I would assume that's okay. Okay. I was doing less than 1 mile per hour that time and it derailed. I don't think I can do that. I think that's a bug. I think that's a physics bug. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know that I can do that any softly. That's a bug. Yeah, that's clearly a bug. Okay. All right. Confirmed it, in my opinion, anyway, that time. All right, well, we can't do that one. Let me see. Sap also said, we sat through the movies waiting for the wrestling on World of Sports afterwards. Big Daddy versus Giant Haystacks. Okay. Blast Pop said, you should use the auto brake. Yeah, I was using the, what is the auto brake on American trains? I think they call it, what, the driver's brake on British trains? But, you know, even then, that time I was using the hotkeys rather than, you know, obviously the graphical controls. But yeah, that's clearly the bug, so. Let me see, what else? Blast Pop also said, I think Pyro Brand had T-Bird models when I was a kid. Oh, okay. Sap says, Saturday afternoons introduced us to all the classics. Laurel and Hardy films, Jerry Lewis, Norman, Wisdom, George Formby, etc. are named. And Nana watched all the classics. Gotcha. All right. Well, looks like the save works okay. At least in that scenario, it kind of worked all right. All right. You know what? Let's try one more quick play just to see if it dials up something we can actually finish. Not a bugged service, hopefully. Oh, GG Blast Pop with the shoot down. And hello, Hat Trick Company. Welcome. How are you? Or is it company? I guess CO could also be like Colorado or something, right? We doing some Union Pacific stuff now? And well, how about you? Doing good. Welcome aboard. You are correct, it is Colorado. Ah, okay. Welcome to Cheyenne. In this sandbox scenario, you can cut up and build consists as you please. Oh, missed it. When you're ready, finish head to the office building. When you're ready to finish, head to the office building. To end the session, walk over to the office building. Oh, this is one of those free play scenarios. There's no actual objective here. Okay. I know some of the other routes that have these. I didn't know. I think this is on Peninsula Corridor, right? I didn't know they had one. No, this is not Peninsula Corridor. This is Sherman Hill. I'm sorry, this is Sherman Hill. Yeah, Sherman Hill I haven't done hardly any of. Matter of fact, when, before we got Train Sim World 3, I had not played Sherman Hill at all. And because I know, well, technically I had been saving, introducing the route on stream because our friend Colorwide wanted for some reason he wanted to see me do Sherman Hill. So I because I kept missing them on stream, I never got around to doing it on stream. And I think I played with Sherman Hill a little bit off stream right when Train Sim World 3 came out. Blastpop says, man, you were getting all the hits on scenario selection. Yeah. I did this one a while ago, not the best one. Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to do this. And I like free play, but it doesn't necessarily make all the best streaming content. But let's grab a couple cool screenshots while we're here. All right, well, we know the quick play works. It's just hasn't handed us the best content so far. Which, considering how much content I have, how are we kind of getting all these, like you said, these greatest hits, Blast Pop, I mean, that's just bad luck, I guess. All right. Let me see what time we got here. Do we want to grab one more thing? Like I said earlier, does anybody have any requests? Maybe I'll take one request before we wrap the stream. Also, Blast Pop, did you ever get, what's that new extension for Isle of Wight? Island Line. Island Line. Did you or anybody else ever buy Island Line? Island Line? Which I kind of had sat back and did a wait and see because you never got it? Okay. Yeah, I got decent feedback on it from one other streamer that I know of, but I'm just wondering in general, do people like it? I thought the locomotive looked cool, but I never did buy it when it was still under Train Sim World 2. I'm thinking maybe, out of all the stuff that's out right now, I'm thinking maybe I'll go back and get it for Train Sim World 3, but I was just curious if anybody had any opinions about it. Looks nice enough, yeah. I mean, it looks like some nice improvements compared to Isle of Wight, which I've played very little of. Better locomotive at least. But yeah, I was just curious. Anyway. Next time we have a Steam sale, I might look to grab that one if it goes on sale. All right. You know what, guys? For some reason, the last couple of scenarios being kind of snake bit, I don't think I'm going to push my luck any further. I think we're going to wrap the stream. I'm sorry, Hat Trick, I almost missed you said, I'm still learning this game. More to that, I thought, it's more to it than I thought it would be. Okay. Hat Trick, are you familiar with simulators? Like, do you tend to like simulators? I assume this means you're new to train sims in general. Which, you know, I was new to train simulators when Train Sim World 1 came out. So this was kind of my gateway drug to trains. You know, I used to play sims a lot in general, you know, including flight sims like you. But you're mainly a flight sim guy, okay? Yeah, ironically, I started playing train simulators as a replacement when I had quit flight sims, mainly because you know, flight sims are pretty time consuming, and I got to a point where I just found I didn't have time to play them, but I wanted a new simulator just to kind of fill the void. So I started playing this, and I really enjoyed it. Diamondback says now Kojo is mainlining Amtrak. Pretty much, Diamondback. Pretty much, man. Yeah, we got some Amtrak in here. Where is the, yeah, here you go, right here. The A64 for Boston Sprinter. Which, I do like this line. This is another one I haven't driven very much lately. I mean, but yeah. I mean, that's the thing about, you know, simulators in general. Right, Hat Trick is like, you start piling on the extra content, you know, more locomotives, more planes, and after a while you find that you start neglecting everything because there's so much of it to play, you know. But yeah, here's our, speaking of which, man, I hate that pre-lag that you get right when you start a service now. See that? I really hate that. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Diamondback, you talked it up. Wow. You know what? I haven't played this since Train Sim World 3 started. This is laggy in general. But, you know, this is one of the older routes. It's not one of the new Train Sim World 3 routes, so I guess not everything is necessarily optimized that well. Plus now we got the rush hour passengers on the platform, so I'm sure they're taking some frame rate. Do you have motion blur on? Yes. Well, I didn't turn it on, but I'm sure it's on by default. So yeah, let's turn that off. Do you know where it is? Oh, here it is. Yeah, that seems to help a little bit. The frame rate is still shitty, though. Yeah, it's not great. But who knows? Maybe it'll actually, you know, run better behind the, in the cab. Hey, you know what? Wait a minute. This train is facing the buffer. And we never did get the Amtrak cab car back after, you know, they introduced the Boston line. Because we used to have an Amtrak cab car on NEC New York, I think. So I can't drive this train out of here. I guess this is not my train. Because the cab is this way, but on the other end of the train, there's no cab car. Let's go back to where I was. Oh, I'm not supposed to drive that train. I don't know. Why did I start in that cab? That's kind of weird. I mean, I just kind of clicked that service at random. I wasn't planning to actually drive it, but, yeah, I gotta go via. Yeah, I can't drive. Wait, can I drive this train? No, there's no cab here. Isn't that weird? Wait, is that my train? Am I standing next to the train I'm supposed to be driving? It is. It's highlighted in blue. I guess I'm supposed to back up to, wait, let's look at the map again. I guess I'm supposed to back up to go via. Now, that's kind of a long way to go backwards. Or maybe that's exactly what I'm supposed to do, back up into this loop? That's kind of weird. I don't understand that. You know what? I'm going to do something unusual. I'm going to give up control because I want to see what the AI is going to do. Because I'm curious now. He's backing up. I'll be damned. Yeah, because if I was driving the commuter rail, this one has a cab car. But the Amtrak line does not. Wait, now I gotta see who's in the cab. Show off. He's gonna drive like 5,000 yards backwards. Yeah, he's driving backwards. Or she, excuse me. She's driving 5,000 yards backwards. Damn. Okay. I didn't expect that was the scenario, but I guess that's what you're supposed to do. Oh well. So yeah, thanks Diamondback for sending me down the Amtrak rabbit hole there. Backing up into the tennis racket will turn it around. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. I guess you have to. I just didn't expect to have to back up that far. All right. Well, interesting. I might try that at some point later. But yeah, I do like the Boston line. I just haven't driven it much lately. Anyway. So right before we went down that rabbit hole, what did I start to do? No, I totally forgot. But yeah, to Hat Trick's point, like he said, he's a flight guy, but now he's learning train sims. But yeah, you said you didn't expect there was going to be that much to it, Hat Trick. That's true with any simulator, right? If it's an authentic simulator, there's definitely going to be, you know, if it's a good simulator, a lot of depth to it. So, but you know, that means you'll get what you pay for. So, you know, if you don't mind climbing the learning curve, and to me, you know, because when I picked up Train Sim World, you know, and started playing train sims for the first time, I had never played a train sim before, even though I had flight sim experience and other simulator experience. And yeah, I mean, there's a good amount to it, but this is nowhere near as complicated as a flight sim. So if you can if you can master a flight sim, you know, all you need to master a train sim is just time and patience. And yeah, the fact that you're a flight simmer means you have more than enough of both. So I'm sure you'll be good. But yeah, you'll find a lot of people hanging out on this channel who are avid train simmers. Hat trick. So feel free to drop back in at any time and, you know, pick my brain or anybody else's brain. There's actually bigger, more experienced train sim brains in chat here than me. Hat trick says, I think it's because it is different. I have done flight sim for 30 plus years. Cool.
I would like to see if I can go in here.
Yeah, I had FSX before, you know, MSFS came out, 2020. But at a certain point, I had to put it down just because, you know, in terms of career and other things, I had just run out of time to be able to play flight sims. But I missed it. I wanted another heavy sim, and this is what I chose to replace it, and I'm glad I did. Because now, even though I wasn't that big of a rail fan before I started playing this, you know, it was a good meaty sim to sink my teeth into. And I really enjoyed learning it, and I'm still enjoying it. So, and hopefully you will too, Hat Trick. But again, thanks for dropping in. Good luck with it. So I think we're going to end the stream here, folks. A little bit of mixed bag on results tonight for our services and scenarios. But, you know, it is our first stream of Train Sim World 3. And, you know, most people who hang out on the channel knows Train Sim World is usually one of my main things. And Hat Trick, thank you for the follow. Again, welcome back anytime. We do have a couple other people here from Colorado. So hopefully you'll meet them next time. All right, folks. So I think what we're going to do is, as we say goodnight, luckily I see our good friend Jimmy Doubloons is still alive. She was here a little bit earlier. She told us she was setting up her stream while I was getting started. So I'm glad to see she's still online. She is playing some Luigi's Mansion 3. So a little bit change of pace for stream, but Jimmy is a terrific streamer. She is, throughout the month of October, doing a lot of Halloween-themed stuff. She's a new streamer, but she's, so far anyway, an excellent streamer. And we're going to go say hi to her. All right, folks, so thanks everybody for hanging out. Really appreciate the company as usual. I have not yet decided if we're going to be streaming on Sunday or not. I'd like to, but I'm not sure exactly my schedule because, you know, being the fall, try to work around NFL football, but we will see whether it's Sunday or not. Hopefully I'll see everybody on the next stream. Appreciate you guys being here. Have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.
You're breathtaking.